This video will introduce the final project in this course, which is a type term dictionary. So what you will be doing is you will be creating a typographic design dictionary for each of the important typographic terms which are listed below. You'll define the term, show examples of that term, and then we will be using InDesign to create the final layouts, because usually when people design books, magazines, things with multiple pages using a lot of text, the go-to software is InDesign. So I'm not going to read through everything here. You can absolutely read through the project description and make sure that you understand it. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to set up your book, and I do have a micro lecture which talks about setting up your files. And you're going to set up your book in a way that it will be set up both for the reader and then for the printer, and we'll go over that a little bit later on. These are the typographic terms that you're going to be defining, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to write the term, you're going to define it, so what is the definition of that term. You're going to talk about and create a personal statement, just what you glean from that term, how you feel that affects design. And then you're going to show examples, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. So here's some examples from former students. One caveat to this is you will be designing in black and white. I kind of went back and forth because you have at this point designed in color, especially your 24 rules poster was full color. You got to use 2 colors for your type specimen poster, but I do also think that it's a good idea to be able to think about how this would be if, say, your client had not a very big budget. So they're like, well, you can't really use color. Can you do this in black and white? I also think that it will make you focus more on the content and the layout and showing the information within a hierarchy without having to worry about color. So I think I'm going to stick to that. So if you look at this example right here, you'll see that on this spread is about line length. So they set up, and you can see these 2 spreads are from the same designer. They set up a system. So your book should feel like a system. It should be cohesive. You should come up with a design that can fit all of your spreads. You'll be able to use shapes, shades of black. You can use lines, circles, whatever. You don't want to over decorate it, because really the thing that needs to be in the forefront is the text. But you can use different graphic elements to complement that, help with the flow of information. So line length, the definition, their personal statement about it, and then you can see examples of line length on the right hand side. Shorter line length they show here, optimal line length they show here, and they even define how many characters are in each one. You can see the page numbers, and then this is also from the same designer, so you can see they're doing this little call out for line length and the white F for font family. Font family, they have the definition, personal statement, and they're showing the light, regular, bold, and black of this different font family. Here's another example, so completely different look and feel. The type term, the example of that type term, their statement, and the definition. And you can see how the different layouts are similar. And then you've got this same thing, font family, visual hierarchy. With visual hierarchy, it's interesting because, they kind of showed the title, the subtitle, the body text, and how that would flow within the document. You can set up your pages to whatever size you want, but they should be, you don't want them to be huge. So I would say you want to set up your pages so that as a spread, it fits on an 11 by 17 sheet. So you could do 8.5 by 11 if you wanted to, but if you think of this as sort of a pocket kind of reference that you could carry with you, or a designer could carry with them, or a student, a size like 7 by 10 or 5 by 7, these should be vertical, so you want them to be vertical, not horizontal. But it could be an 8-inch square. And I'll put, the size requirements here just so that's a little bit more clear. And then, so what you'll have is a 20-page booklet, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 definitions, which will, or type terms, which will each have a spread, so that's 16 pages. You'll have a cover and a back cover, so that's 17, 18. And then you'll have the table of contents is the first spread, that's 19, 20. So that makes up your 20 pages. So that is a brief introduction. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about this project. But watch this, make sure you understand everything. And then I would definitely follow this up by watching the micro lecture, because I show you how to kind of build your file in InDesign and making sure you're setting up your files correctly.